Hi guys, Debbie here. Welcome to my channel or welcome back. In today's video we're finally going to be playing with the BH Sweet Shop Cherry on Top palette and creating this very dramatic blown out look that you see me wearing right now. Now I've got 4 of these palettes. I've already done looks with 2 of them. I've done a look with the Orange Sorbet and I've done a look with the Pistachio. I've yet to use the bubblegum, which is this one here. So you're probably surprised that it took me so long to use the cherry on top because I'm known for loving my red tones of eyeshadow. And I just really fancied to do a red look today. So I'm sorry it's taken so long for this one to come out, but we're doing it today. So if you want to see how I created this very dramatic and blown out smoky look with this amazing palette, then please keep on watching. Okay, so I've already done my base, my concealer, a bit of contour and my brows, but I'm going to use the palette for blush today. I think there's some perfect shades in here that we could use for blush. I'm going to mix these two together and then I'm probably going to apply a mix of those two kind of over the top as a bit of a blush topper. Get us a nice glowy blush situation going on, and I want to really drape that blush so that it kind of blends into the eyeshadow look as well. So I'm going to start with the blush so I've got something to blend into. So I'm going to start with the shade Sunday. It looks really pale there in the pan, but I just want to see how intense it's going to look because obviously it is an eyeshadow. How intense it's going to come off as a blush. And considering it looks really pale in the pan, it's fairly intense on the cheeks already. And I am going to mix it with the shade next to it, the Wild Cherry shade. Just dip into both, go quite light-handed until I've figured out what the mix is going to look like. But such a pretty tone. As I say, I'm doing it in a blush draping kind of style, so I'm going to bring it right up and kind of get it to meet with my eye look and almost up into my temples as well. I could become obsessed with this. This is a beautiful colour for blush. I love seeing that blush draping kind of effect that people do, and I just wanted to have a go at kind of doing an eye look where the eyeshadow blends into the blush and see whether I can pull it off or not. So this could be a disaster, but we will find out. Now I've placed that, I'm just going to blend it just a little bit, and then we're going to go in, as I say, with a bit of a blush topper with one of the other shades. I'm thinking to keep it the lightest one, so the shade Sweet actually. I'm just going to concentrate that just on the cheek part of the blush. Blush is just one of my favourite things in makeup. It never used to be, but I've really fallen in love with blush and how it livens up your face. A highlight today, I thought we'd go in with the Space Age Prophecy highlighter from Kaleidos because it's beautiful and I've not used it in a while. I'm just going to focus that just on the very tippy top there. It's a pretty blinding highlight, so going in fairly sparingly with that. How that catches the light is just pure magic. Such a pretty highlight. I think it's probably my favourite ever Kaleidos release, even over and above the eyeshadow palettes. I think this was just incredible. Okay, so that's the foundations of the blush done that we're going to be blending the eyeshadow into. So next I'm going to prime with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot as normal. And then for the eyeshadow look today, I'm going to try and keep a very rounded shape. We're not going to do any wings. I feel like sometimes I'll become a bit of a one-trick pony with all of these wings that I've been doing. So no wings today. We're going to do something different today. I'm going to start the look in my waterline. I'm going to use Black Coral by Linda Hallberg. I just want a little bit of a black smudgy effect on the lower lash line. So I thought I'd start with that because then I can blend the shadow into that. While that's still smudgeable, I'm just going to smudge that out just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to start with Wild Cherry now, and that's going to go all over the crease, quite blown out. Such a pretty colour. When I bought this palette, I was really thinking that it was a red eyeshadow palette, and it's really not. It's more pinky orange, I think. But super, super pretty. So I'm going to take this pretty high and in a rounded shape. I'm going in bit by bit, just building it up, blending it out. We probably will use Sunday to blend a bit higher towards my brow, but I just want to get the intensity down for this shade. And I'm going to take that on the lower lash line as well. As I say, for this one, I want it super blown out so that it becomes one with my blush. And this is going to be quite a long process just to make sure that it's really super blended out. So I'm just using circular motions, trying to help with that blend. There we go, we've got it touching the blush now, which is what I wanted. Close to the lower lashes now, I'm going to use the shade Sprinkles. Just using a smudge brush so that I can get that super, super close. I want to cover that black, but I wanted the black there just to give a bit of balance so that I've got some intensity there. I'm just setting that black liner with that sprinkle shade. And now a bit more Wild Cherry that we started with, just to blend that in. Okay, now I'm going to take the shade Sunday. I'm going to stick with the same brush, there's not much product left on there now, so that will help with the blend as well, but I'm just going to further take that up so that it pretty much goes up to my brows now, but is a slightly lighter colour. And now we want some intensity in the crease, so I'm going to use Sprinkles for that. And I've got Jaclyn Hill JH40, but Morphe M506 would be great for this as well. Just a small blending brush to start packing that colour into the crease. To start with, I'm just going to place it. So I want to try and get as much pigmentation out of that as I can. And I'm going all the way around, so from inner to outer. Got some on my lids there on this side, but it won't matter because I'll be covering that with shimmers. Trying to make that meet in the outer corner, and then we'll work on blending that in a moment. Decided to go with the deeper colour last. I just think it might be easier to get the blend that way. So then back with Wild Cherry, which we started with. Now I'm going to go in with NYX Glitter Primer, and I'm going to put it over the entirety of my lid. Going in with a concealer brush, it's a nice kind of rounded tip to that, I think it'll help. So making sure to take that glitter primer all the way from front to back of my lid, but also making sure I get it right into that crease, just slightly higher than my natural crease line. Change my mind on the lid shades. I think I'm going to go in with Maraschino, and I'm going to go with Sweet. We're going to start with Sweet, and we're going to bring that up closest to my crease on the front part here. And that's also going to be my inner corner shade. That's a beautiful pink. So stunning. I love the tones of this palette the most, as you probably will have guessed if you know me. And then we're going to go in with Maraschino, which is super, super pretty. Wow. So that's going to go on my lid and in a sort of diagonal because of where we've laid the sweet shade. And in the very outer corner I'm going to go in with the deep one, the black cherry shade. In the outer part here we're going to go in with black cherry. So that we've got a flow of those shimmers from light to dark across the lid. That one's pretty. It's one of those that's nicer on the lid than it appears in the pan, I think. Just want to make sure that that sweet shade is showing enough. I think I want to just put a little bit more of that. Going just slightly further up into the crease. Not sure the inner corner's popping enough, so I'm going to use the highlighter there. Yeah, that's what we want. That's a bit more glitzy, and I'm just going to bring it down just slightly onto the lower lash line as well. Okay, so that's the look to this point. Just going to hop off camera for the finishing touches and I'll be back with you with the completed look. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. What do you think? I absolutely love it. It's something so different for me. So as you know, I'm very stuck in my ways with wings. I love my like proper drawn out wing shapes. I think it really is flattering on my eye shape, and as soon as I learned how to do wings, I just wanted to do them all the time. But with that comes like a bit of getting stale and in your comfort zone. And so I've been seeing people do these like blown out kind of blush draped looks. And I really wanted to have a go. And I wasn't sure I could pull it off or whether it would look nice on me. But I really love how it looks. So you just don't know, do you, until you've had a go at something. So I think if you've got these palettes, you could do a similar look, obviously with this one, with the cherry on top, but also with the orange sorbet. So anything that's got that blushy tone in there would work. You need something obviously monochromatic in some way, and I don't think you'd want to do it with the bubblegum or with the pistachio unless you were really brave. So no, we're not going to be doing that next week, don't worry guys. But no, really love how it turned out. As I say, I was going to go for a lighter lip, kind of like the lid shades that I'm wearing, something pink and frosty maybe, and then I was like, no, that's not really me, and I wanted to bring some balance to the look. So I thought, if I've got a cherry kind of colour lipstick, and then I remember this one, it's called Cherry, and it's from the Naked Cherry collection that Urban Decay brought out 2 or 3 years ago. It's one of the cream finish lipsticks from them, and it's really comfortable, really nice shade as well, and I think it complements the look perfectly. So this one was a lot of fun, as I say. I hope you've enjoyed watching it, and that, as I say, it might inspire you to have a little play with these palettes again. They're absolutely incredible. The formula on them is amazing. I just wish I had got the other two, but I slept on them for way too long. But I just love the ones I've got. And the next one that I'll be using will be the bubblegum. It's the last one that I've not used, and try and create something a little bit different with that one as well. So that will be coming out probably next week, I think. But thank you so much for watching this video, and if you're new to my channel and you've enjoyed this, then please consider hitting that subscribe button and joining us here. Everybody's so lovely in my comments, and I know you'll really like being part of the little vinyl beauty community that we've got going on here. So thank you so much, as I say, for watching this video anyway. I hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch you next one. Bye guys.